Hi, good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Hi, Roseli and Sulamar and Ranch and Dante and Arian and Amor.
Yo confundí la cámara.
Deja eso, mamá.
It's so nice to see you all. Hi, guys. Good morning. We're going to give everybody a few minutes to get settled in, and then we will get started. I see Roseli's got her notebook. Sulamar's got a pencil. Dante, you look so comfortable on your couch.
Yes. Teacher sama. बन्द गरेर जाऊ उताबाट पढ दिदीको बेडमा जाऊ ल समता अभी समता
Hi, Arian. Arian's eating a banana for breakfast. This is so fun to get to see all my friends.
Hi. Hi.
See Miss Tina coming on.
बाहिर बोलेको त सुन्दैन साउन्ड ठिक नै भयो
मलाई थाहा छ
बाहिर बोकिदियो हातमा बोकेर पुऱ्याउनु
There's some more. Hi, Amor.
Mommy, मेरो पेरो पनि लाग्छ
बोल भनेको यहाँ सुन्दैन यस्तो पढेको सक्छस् जब
Hi, Miss Tina.
Hi.
All right, I'm gonna make sure I got everybody checked in. And then we will go ahead and get started. Hi, Claudia. All right. Well, thank you all for coming today. Thank you, parents, for getting this set up. I know this was a big change in our schedule that we weren't expecting, so we definitely appreciate you helping us out with this. We have a little bit of activities planned today. We're gonna go over some of the things we would normally do at circle time. And then I have a dinosaur matching game we're gonna play. And then we're gonna try to do some songs, and I have a special book. Not this one, but one like this about Harold and the Purple Crayon that we haven't read yet this year. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. We are gonna start with our calendar, because that's how we start most of our days. Does anyone have a calendar at their house too? I do.
Yeah.
I got lots of stuff on my calendar. So this is the calendar that I have in my kitchen. It's got a nice pretty beach picture on it most of the time. But we're gonna look at this side with the numbers. So I'm gonna make myself bigger. Miss Tina, did that work? Is it showing me up there?
What did
Okay.
Hang on, let's see.
Oh, is that better? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. No, I have everybody in different squares.
You have everybody?
Yeah.
Give me 1 minute. It has been a long time since we have done a Zoom class, and so I definitely appreciate your patience.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, you guys can chat for just a minute.
Hello, Rosselli. What are you eating? Eggs? I like eggs. Hi, Dante. Amor.
I
Hi. And Claudia. And who do we have there? Sulema. And oh, Arian left. Hi, Sully. What are you making, Claudia?
There we go. Did that fix it?
Nope, not for me anyway.
Not for
But
you?
I'm on my phone, so
Okay, that might be the difference.
yeah.
I think we'll go with that.
I don't have a lot of choices of things to bop on here.
That's okay.
So,
All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and get started.
proud of myself, by the way.
Yes. Do you guys remember what month we're in? It starts with a J. January.
Very good.
And yesterday, we were on number 10. We're on number 10 yesterday. And what comes after number 10? 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes.
Good,
Those are the
Arian.
friends I need to let in. And I know not everybody's microphone is on, and that's fine. So you can say the answers to yourself, and that's helpful too. So we're on number 11, which is Thursday. And next week we have 2 birthdays of friends that are on this call. On Sunday, which is number 14, we have Dante's birthday.
Yeah.
On Monday, we have no school.
That's
And on Tuesday, we have Amor's birthday. 2 2 friends turn 5 next week. So we're gonna start at number 11 and we're gonna count down to Dante and Amore's birthdays. Do you think you guys can do that with me?
Sure.
All right, ready? 1, 2,
2,
3
3.
days till Dante's birthday. That's it. Only 3 left. And then 3, 4, 5 days till Amore's birthday. 5 days till Amore turns 5. That's very exciting. We're
Yes.
already almost halfway through the month. I cannot believe it. All right, next in our day, we're gonna go, who has a window in the room that they're in? Does anybody have a window?
I do.
I have a window. Can you take a look out the window and let me know what you think the weather is? I know we didn't go outside yet. We might not have gone outside, but I'm gonna look out. I'm gonna peek out the blind.
To Miss Courtney.
What do you see outside in the sky? What do you think the weather is?
Look outside again. What do you think the
What
weather?
do you think, friends?
Wait, what do you think? How the weather look for you, Noah?
Nice.
Okay.
Cold.
Cold. I would agree with cold. I went outside for a little bit today. It was definitely cold. Do you see snowflakes? I didn't see any snowflakes. Did you see raindrops?
No.
No. Anybody see the sun?
No.
No, no sun. What was over the whole sky?
Windy.
Windy and cloudy. I would say windy and cloudy or breezy and cloudy would be the
Cloudy.
weathers today. Yep, I agree with cloudy. Pretty gray outside. It's not sunshine we've been missing. What was that?
Cloudy.
Yeah, I agree with cloudy. Here's a tricky question because we only did it a couple days. Does anyone remember our new letter this week?
Oh, yes.
I heard E. Does this look like a letter E to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you take your finger and you can put it in the air, you can put it on the table or couch in front of you.
Come on,
You
baby.
draw the E
Cut
with
this.
me to go across, down, and across the other way. And then you put 1 dash in the middle. We'll do the big E again and then we'll do the little E.
I didn't eat.
Across,
I did it.
down, over.
I did it.
I think Claudia's doing it with her pen. That looks awesome, Claudia. Thanks for showing us. And over again. Let's do the little one. The little one's a little trickier. You do across and then a
Where's my marker
big
set?
loop around.
There.
Do you see it?
The pens.
Across and then a
Not
big
done.
loop around.
Thank you.
I love that some of my friends are practicing with pens and pencils.
That's how you spell your name.
Practice
That's
with
the
your
one.
finger too if you don't have a pen or pencil right now.
I
And
have this.
I know. Do we, oh, you have a Sharpie. That's a special kind of marker. Do we remember what sound the E makes most of the time? Sometimes it says E and sometimes it says like eh, like egg and elephant and elevator and escalator. Sometimes it says
Excavator.
excavator. Sometimes it says E, like in Eeyore. Anybody know Eeyore from Pooh Bear?
I
Or
do.
in
Easter.
Easter, it says E. Oh, Roselli found a dino picture that she brought up to show, or some kind of picture.
Oh.
Quite tell.
Can you do that?
What is it? Oh, is it one of our winter pictures from last month?
No.
I see that, Roselli. All right.
What you doing, Arian?
Yeah, because we can't hear on the computer.
I have some
I
dinosaurs.
can't hear much. Where? Oh,
Didn't cut- Anybody remember what we did yesterday about dinosaurs? What did we talk about? What did we make with our artwork?
Diet Puppet.
What did we make?
Dinosaurs. Prince.
Yeah.
Prince.
Dinosaur prints, dinosaur fossils. We
Yes.
made footprints and shells. All right, I'm gonna hold up 2 dinosaurs and you're gonna let me know if you think they match. All right,
Pay
they're
attention.
little, so I'm gonna hold them really close. Do you think they match?
No.
No, those ones didn't. What about these ones?
No.
No, again?
T-Rex.
Hmm,
Hold the phone.
What about these ones?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, this one's called an Ankylosaurus. He's got a big spiky back and he's got a big heavy ball on his tail for whacking things. All right, next. Do these match?
No.
No. What about these ones? They're the same color.
No.
Oh, what about these ones?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, this one is, does anybody
Look
know
at
this one?
Stegosaurus.
Stegosaurus, nice work, Dante. He's got spiky plates on his back that can heat up to fend off predators. All right, I think we can make a few more matches. How about these 2?
No.
They don't look alike at all. This one's skinny, this one's much thicker. He's a bigger dinosaur. How about this one?
Yes.
Do we remember what this one's called?
Triceratops.
Triceratops. Triceratops has the same beginning sound as triangle, and triangle has 3 sides, and the Triceratops has 3 horns. That's why it's called a
Yeah, the
Triceratops. All right, we've got one more match to make here. How about these 2?
No.
So this one's got a really long neck, and this one has a much shorter neck. They're different. How about these 2?
T-Rex. Yes.
T-Rex, yes, this is the most common one I think that we talk about. He's the T-Rex, he's big and strong, and he's got little arms like this. Can you make T-Rex arms? It's fun to pretend to be a T-Rex with little arms, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We are gonna move on. I am gonna try to play some music. Miss Tina, when I
Yes.
will you let me know if it's working?
Okay.
Is that working?
I've got a lot of wiggles.
There we go.
Yeah?
Mhm.
All right. We know this song for sure.
I know that song.
Can you shake?
I've got a lot of wiggles and I don't know what to
I got
do.
a Sharpie in my hand.
It's going in and out.
Okay.
It's making me go crazy and I need a
We can still try.
Bending my knees and my ankles and my tippy toes, my chin and my teeth and they're even in my nose. I gotta get these wiggles out of me. I'm gonna shake it, 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 all the way. Shake it, 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 all the way. Can you jump, jump, jump? Can you dance? Can you stretch? Can you smile? Shake your arms, shake your legs, shake it everywhere. Come on, shake, 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 shake. I'm feeling really fidgety. I don't know what to do about it. Feeling super fidgety. Just tell me what to do. It makes it hard to pay attention. Really, I could do without it. Think I have to try something new. Wearing my shoulders and my elbows and my little fingertips, my itty bitty belly button, even in my ribs. I gotta get these fidgets out of me.
Thank you for joining for that. Next time we have, is that still working for you?
I can hear you. Yeah.
All right. Next time we have a meeting like this, I'll prep it a little more so that we can have some better sound quality. This one was just a bit last minute. All right. I'm going to make myself big again. This is called Harold's Fairy Tale. Harold is a little boy. He looks kind of like a baby. He's got no hair. He's in a sleep suit and he has a purple crayon and he goes everywhere with his purple crayon and his big imagination. And he makes amazing worlds with his imagination and his purple crayon. So, Harold's Fairy Tale. One evening, Harold got out of bed, took his purple crayon and the moon, and went along for a walk in an enchanted garden. So he made the moon, and he took his purple crayon for a walk. I wonder what's in the enchanted garden. Nothing grew in it. If he hadn't known it was an enchanted garden, Harold scarcely would have called it a garden at all. To find out what the trouble was, Harold decided to ask the king. Kings live in large castles. Harold had to make sure the castle was big enough to be the king's. He didn't want to waste time talking to any princes, earls, or dukes. He's making this enchanted garden in his castle. Do you see the big castle? It's got a lot of stacks.
And the moon.
And the moon. The moon, I think, is on every single page.
Cool.
This was a king's castle, all right. It had tall towers and a big draw gate to keep out the people the king didn't want to see. But when the draw gate was drawn closed, it kept Harold out too. Uh-oh, he's got a problem. He can't get into the castle that he made. Harold shouted for the king to come down and let him in, but the gate didn't open. He walked along the edge of the enchanted garden beside the smooth wall of the castle until he thought of his purple crayon. A person smaller than a very small mouse would be able to get in. Without even bending, he walked into a very small mouse hole. He is a pretty small kid, and that's a pretty big mouse. He walked through the mouse hole into the castle. He invited the mouse in too, but the mouse preferred to stay outside. As he gazed around inside the big castle, Harold felt very tiny. And a king might not pay much attention to anybody who is smaller than a mouse, so Harold used his purple crayon again. He made sure he was as tall as 4.5 steps of stairs, his usual height. Arian, is that a purple crayon?
Yeah.
Just like Harold's? That's awesome.
Great.
I'll have to do some purple crayon drawings this week. Then he climbed up the stairs looking for the king. He went up and up and up and up and up and up until he got so tired he couldn't climb another step. Do you see him here? You can only see his feet. Luckily, there were no more steps. He had reached the top. He still couldn't find the king, but he remembered that kings sat on thrones. The king's throne looked very comfortable. Harold thought the king wouldn't mind if he rested a few minutes. He sat on the throne, wondering what it was like to be a king and wear a crown. Here he is on his throne chair. He tried it with the king's crown. It was all right for a while. The crown began to feel very heavy on his little head. He looks like a king now. So Harold put it on the king's head. As he thanked the king for the loan of the crown, he noticed the king looked sad, no doubt because of the garden. He asked the king if the trouble was due to a witch or a giant. The king couldn't say which. He looked sad and helpless. Evidently, the giant or witch, if the king couldn't tell which one it was invisible. But Harold told the king not to worry. There's a problem in the garden, either a giant or a witch is messing with it. He set off to find the invisible witch or giant, brandishing his purple crayon, and accidentally it made a hole in the wall. The accident embarrassed Harold, but the hole was the handiest way out of the castle, and he climbed through it. When he looked down from the other side of the hole, he realized he had forgotten how high up he was. He needed something tall to climb down on, something as tall as a steeple. What do you think he's going to make? I wonder. To fill the hole in the castle, Harold put a handsome and useful clock in it. He was surprised to see how late it was. He slid down the steeple to find the invisible witch or giant right away. It wasn't a steeple. It was a pointed hat. It was a giant witch. A huge witch. Look how much bigger she is than him.
She's not invisible anymore.
The purple crayon made it plain. It was an invisible giant witch. Well, no wonder nothing grew in the enchanted garden. How could anything grow? Harold said to himself, with a giant witch tramping around with big feet. Look at those huge feet. I see those crayons, Ariane. Now that he saw what the trouble was, all Harold had to do was drive the witch out of the enchanted garden. Mosquitoes. Mosquitoes, Harold knew, will drive anybody out of a garden. I agree with that one. I do not enjoy being around mosquitoes. The mosquitoes drove out the witch. They also were driving Harold out of the garden. He had to make smoke to get rid of the mosquitoes. And he had once heard somebody say that where there's smoke, there must be fire. To put out the fire, he first thought of fire engines, but he decided to make rain. Rain was easier. He's being safe putting out his fire. The rain soaked everything, Harold too, but he said, it's good for the flowers. He was right. Soon, there were flowers. And they weren't being trampled by big witch feet. Beautiful flowers popped up all over the enchanted garden, more than Harold was able to count, all in gorgeous bloom. Harold thought how delighted and happy the king would be when he looked out from the castle in the morning. Do you think you would be happy to see flowers growing in your garden? I would.
Cool.
And then, amazingly, the last flower turned out to be not a flower at all. It was a lovely fairy, shaped like a flower. She held out her magic wand, as fairies always do when they're giving somebody wishes that will come true. Harold couldn't think of a thing to wish for, but to be polite, he took one wish and told the fairy he'd use it later. Besides, Harold thought, as he started on his long walk home, a wish might come in handy sometime. After all the excitement, he suddenly felt very tired, and he stopped to rest a while. He sat on a small rug because the ground was still somewhat damp from the rain. And he wished, and he wished, and he wished the rug was a flying carpet. At once Harold felt it rise in the air. It was fast and high. He looks like he's zooming. Looks like he's gonna fall back. He looks shocked. But it went so fast it left the moon behind. Harold realized he didn't know how to stop the carpet or even slow it down. He wished he'd taken 2 wishes from the fairy so he could wish the flying carpet would land. But he did have his purple crayon. He landed the flying carpet in his living room, right behind the high-backed chair his mother sat in knitting. And he asked her to read him a story before he went back to bed. And yep, that's Harold and his magical enchanted garden. He has so many adventures. We have lots of Harold books we could read this year.
I enjoy Harold.
I enjoy Harold a lot too. All right, friends, we are just about out of time. Thank you for coming today. Parents, thank you for your flexibility in joining and being able to stay home today. We really, really appreciate it, and we hope to see you all back tomorrow. All right, bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Miss Courtney.
Bye, Claudia and Dante and Ariane and Amor and Rosselli and Sulamar and Ranch.
Bye, everybody.
Say bye, Miss Courtney, Miss Tina.
Miss Tina. Courtney and Miss Tina.
Bye.
Dante.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Ooh, I like your
Me
plants.
too.
Oh, it's a ZZ.
Zizi and our reindeer plant.
When you're ready, hit the
I'm done. My God. That's enough.